Hey there, it's Miss Meshover, and today we're going to be talking about what the different types of angles are. Let's get started. This first angle we're going to look at is one of the most important angles. It's called a right angle. Now, when we're drawing angles, we need to make sure that they meet at a vertex. That's this point right here. And the ray extends out from the vertex point. This is a right angle because it's making a perfect L or a corner of a square. And we use that little square symbol I just drew to show that a right angle is actually right. The next type of angle is a smaller angle. It's smaller than a right angle. It's called acute. You could think about how something is so cute and little, like a little puppy. Exactly. It is cute and small. So it has a smaller opening than a right angle has. I'm going to go ahead and make my rays extend out from a vertex point. Here I can see that the opening is small and cute. Acute. The next type of angle that we'll discuss is large. I'm going to change the color of this pen. It is large, larger than a right angle. You can see that the opening is very wide where the vertex is. And I'm going to add in my arrows to show that this extends out. And when it's wide, wider than a right angle, it's called an obtuse angle. Go ahead and say that. Obtuse angle. You got it. All right. And last but not least, this angle looks like a straight line. So it's kind of giving you a hint as to what this could be called. If it's a straight line, we're going to call it a straight angle. Whoop. Straight angle. Okay. So I have my vertex point at that middle, and I have my arrows on either end. And I use this little circular half circle symbol to show that it's measuring the angle from this ray all the way to the other. But how can I write an angle's name? Well, if we look back at our different angles, we forgot to label them. So I'm going to go back and label. Angles get 3 letters, kind of like a first name, middle name, and a last name. So I'm going to go ahead and write this as an M. My vertex will be L, and the other ray can be labeled X. Now when I'm writing the name for an angle, I can use this symbol. It's like a sideways arrow type thing. I can use that symbol to replace the word angle, so I don't always have to write angle. I use this kind of like greater than, less than symbol, and I'm going to write MLX. That's how I can refer to this angle. Notice how the vertex is in the middle between the M and the X. It should be in the middle when we write it too. Now that's only one way. I can write it the other way, in direction. Starting with the X. I can make it X, L, M. 2 ways, but the vertex letter is always that middle letter. Let's see with an acute angle. I'm going to go ahead and give it a letter at each side and as well on the vertex. So we can do A, B, C. I'm going to use that little symbol for angle, and I can have A, B, C, or I can flip it around, keeping the vertex as the middle letter, C, A, oh wait, C, B, whoopsie daisies, B, A. Last one that we'll practice. I'm labeling each part of my angle, O, X, Z. I'm going to use my little symbol. I can write it as O, X, Z, or I can flip it around. Pause the video and try and figure out what you can write as the other option. Alright, hopefully you figured it out and tried it on your own. If you were correct, you wrote down Z, X, O. Looking at this diagram, I have a couple different angles. Well, I have two angles. I have one angle that is acute. It has a smaller opening. That's this one over here that I'm coloring with purple. And then I have another opening where the vertex is that's very wide right here. It is bigger than a perfect L or right angle. So I know that one must be obtuse. Let's write down the angle for the acute. If I were to name the acute, I see it starting at T, going down to X, and over to B. So I'm going to use my symbol and write T, X, B, or I can flip it and write B, X, T. On the other side, I see my obtuse angle. I see it could also start at T, go down to X, and then extend out to R. Let's write that one down. I got the obtuse angle, my little angle symbol, T, X, R, or R, X, T. All right, there you go. Today we learned about different types of angles, and we also learned about how to write the name of an angle. Let's review. We got right angle, we have obtuse angles, acute angles, and straight angles. And we, last but not least, use a little angle symbol when we write the name, having the vertex be the middle letter. All right, if you have any questions, please leave them below. Bye!